Gentlemen, welcome back. Ben Pakulski here, video 3 in this incredible series talking about the 4 resiliency model of success. So what is the third pillar of resiliency? It's physiological resiliency or physiological capability. How capable are you from a stress perspective? How resilient are you from a stress perspective? So what does that really look like, right? If I put you in a stressful situation, what duration and volume or duration and intensity can you endure? Right, so to get a really simple example is if I throw you in a cold plunge and it's really cold, let's say it's 32 degrees Fahrenheit, 0 degrees Celsius, how long can you stay in there? Now that's just a kind of extreme example, but most people get in, get out, and like, I'm done. Some people mentally, they can endure greater amounts and greater intensities of stress. Now, while that may not directly correlate in your mind to the stress you're experiencing in your life, it does directly correlate because stress is not just psychological. Stress is physiological. So many people think stress is in your head, but it's not. It starts in your head often, but it's actually in your body. It's in your physiology. It's in your nervous system. It's in your muscular tissue. It's in your fascia. It's all these tissues adapting via chemical messengers and via neurological messengers that create different levels of tone throughout the body. So I walk in like this, very stressed, of course. How do we maintain that psychological calm, that physiological calm, that physical calm, even under periods of high duress, right? The warrior and the monk method comes from, as a monk, I want to be still, even in the eye of a storm. I want to be calm, even amongst chaos. And this is the pillar of physiological resiliency. My goal as a man is I want to be the lighthouse in the storm. When everything else around seems to be crumbling, I want my family and my team to look at me and go, he's got his stuff together. He's not overwhelmed. He knows how to make a decision under duress, right? That's ultimately the expression of a leader. Am I perfect? No, but I'm moving in that direction, right? The goal is knowing where you want to go and taking the necessary daily steps to get there. So how do we start building physiological resilience? The truth is, gents, it's not complicated. You want to know one word? Train. Train every day. When I don't train, my resilience to stress is a fraction. My confidence is a fraction. My assertiveness is a fraction. Even the way I speak tends to be a little bit less confident. So by training every day in an intelligent, difficult way that suits your current level of physical capability, you're going to build your tolerance to stress, right? We want to intentionally subject you to very stressful situations in a safe and curated way. Curated meaning it's progressively harder based on what your body can adapt to. The goal is not to just put yourself into stress that you can't adapt to, right? We want to put yourself into a stressful situation that ultimately, your body has the ability to recover from. So we talk about stress, we talk about training more. That's a really important pillar. Sleep is always there. Breath work. Gentlemen, if you want to improve your ability to be resilient to stress, breath work. Understanding the science of CO2 tolerance. Doing some saunas and cold exposures, and the really big one that sometimes gets overlooked when it comes to stress, you've heard me talk about if you've watched these other videos in the series, is your VO2 max. VO2 max is the maximum amount of oxygen you can pull into your body per unit time. So if I'm breathing really heavy and I have a slow ability to pull oxygen in, I have to breathe heavier because it's not getting enough oxygen in. If I have a high VO2 max, I can kind of breathe pretty slowly, even when it's under high amounts of duress, and I can actually still operate and function because of that elevated VO2 max. So VO2 max ultimately is your aerobic fitness. How well does your body produce energy from fat? So gents, I know it's a long video. I know it's a lot coming at you. But what I suggest you do is you go back and watch the video again and make a list. What are the action items? What are things I need to be doing? Well, are you intentionally training every day? Non-negotiable, guys. I don't care if it's 15 minutes. You get your butt in the gym and you do some work. I have a really good friend who's got 5 kids and he's a lawyer, full-time lawyer. He trains 3 times a day. They're not hour workouts. Sometimes they're 10 to 15 minutes long. But the guy's an absolute beast of a man just because he commits every day to saying, I'm not going to make excuses. My kids are putting on their shoes and let me do 300 push-ups, right? So gents, the excuses you have are the very things holding you back from the body and life you want, right? Do the work. Move toward the challenge, and ultimately you're going to become better. Surround yourself with a community of men who are on the same mission as you. People who are holding themselves to the highest standard. That's the mission here at Muscle Intelligence, is redefining the standard for men in their prime. I want to be surrounded by men who are incredible. I want to be surrounded by men who push me to the brink of what I'm capable of, and not from a place of ego, certainly from a place of humility and of us all wanting to just be the best that we can be. don't care if I'm beating you or losing to you. It doesn't matter to me. I know that I'm just going to push the perimeters of who I am and what I'm capable of. I encourage you to do the same. Come back tomorrow for the next video where we are talking about psychological resiliency, how to create a mindset of success.